Beadle, and I basically run the Grinning Demon in Maidstone along with my wife. We've been here for 9 years now, and for the last 4.5 years we've been running a biannual event called Demoncon, which is started off very small and has grown to what we have now, where we have about 60 guests each time, and we're looking to get more and more big name artists, although still from the independent scene, over the next couple of years. We had Curtis Weeb from Canada. We flew him over along with his wife, and Dan Abnett and Clint Langley. In the future, we've not actually lined anyone up yet. We're working alongside Need to Consume website and hoping to get some of the guys from Image Comics, whether from the UK or from the States, over, with that being the sort of fastest growing market for comics, with writer created titles coming out and outselling in graphic novel form, graphic novels from the big two. So I think that's where the future of comics is definitely coming from. They're less stale, you know, a lot of fresh ideas, people are prepared to try stuff and put something else different out there rather than just the sort of superhero stuff fare that we've been used to over the last 50 years. This year was obviously the first time we've done a VIP night, and we were fortunate enough to have Curtis and Dan both agree to step up to the plate. And totally different from all the panels at normal conventions, which up till now they've always kind of been 4 guys or 3 guys up at a table on a stage and then a rows of chairs laid out. This was kind of people lounging around in sofas drinking beer whilst artists were drawing and guys were firing info and questions at them. It wasn't just regular comic questions either. There was a lot about, you know, life stuff that people seemed interested in, which was also a bit different from the norm. So no, I really think that was a hit and something we're definitely going to do at every event in the future. We've obviously got the comic that we drew. Curtis very kindly put together a script in the morning for us, and 8 of the guys drew a panel each. We're putting that together for Free Comic Day and giving that out as a handout, and it came out really well. With us having sort of 60 people, the selection and range was far larger than we've ever had before. So I do think there was something for everybody. It's not just about getting the guys who are hugely into comics along, it's about your everyday guy in the street who's comic curious and wants to see something different. They'll come along just expecting to see Batman, Superman, you know, Wonder Woman, Daredevil, whatever. And with this, they come along and find out that it's not just about that. And that was where the opportunities for guys working in the independent scene, they can take either their Kickstarter produced comic, or if they're working for one of the independent main retailers, then they can take this and sell it and introduce people to something entirely different.
Hi, I'm Ian Sharman of Orangutan Comics. This is my 9th Demoncon. I've been coming here from the start. What I really love about Demoncon is it's my local show. I can come along and I can get a chance to sell my comics to people who are local and who, generally speaking, wouldn't get a chance to see what I do.
Hi, I'm David Broughton. I come from fairly local, about 40 miles away in Ashton. I self-publicise my own comics, Martillo, Shaman Kane, as you can see from the banners behind me. I also draw for 2018 fanzines.
I feel that Demoncon gives up-and-coming artists, or maybe small press artists, a good place to showcase their work.
Maidstone's definitely got more of a connection in the sort of geek culture than other local towns, I mean, apart from maybe Canterbury. You know, I think the shop's involved in that. You've also got the Fringe Festival that goes on in town, which I think kind of has, although it's music and so forth, it still attracts the same sort of people. There are enough people to make events of this nature viable in the town.
My name's Dan Abnett, I'm here at Demoncon in Maidstone. I try and attend as many Demoncons as I possibly can. It's my local shop, my local comic shop and my local convention. One of the nicest things about this convention is there is an involvement with the local community, in as much as not only do comic fans come from far and wide to come here for it, but just people out for the day, walking past, coming in, not knowing anything about comics or comic conventions, get to enjoy it and experience it and have some great surprises actually. People just being amazed at the people in costume and the things available and the things to look at and the artists at work, and lots of local artists too. We've got people from as far away as Canada, but we've also got people just down the road working side by side, showing their work and just having a great day talking to people.
I'm Curtis Weeb, I am the writer behind Wreck Queens, Peter Panzerfaust and the upcoming Pisces. I've come here 5,000 kilometers from Canada, Vancouver, Canada, to attend Demoncon. I really like this con. It's nice and it's intimate, quiet, and you have a chance to talk to the fans a little bit longer than sometimes you do a lot of the bigger cons, and finally get to meet up with a lot of my fans here in the UK. So it's just been a really great experience.
The accessibility of artists has changed and writers has changed. People can take their own thing and do something with it. Going back quite a few years, you had this idea of comic artists and comic writers, and they were all big names, and the fact that the majority of them now are available to chat and make you realise that anyone can do this, whether it be from Kickstarter or taking your product to something else. The industry has changed. It's not just about the big two in America and 2000 AD being the only thing in the UK.
Because it's small size, there is an opportunity for artists who are starting out and maybe haven't got a big reputation to be sort of front and centre and get lots of attention on them, which is fantastic. But also, because it's just a smaller size, there is a proper opportunity to talk to people. Some of the bigger conventions are just oppressive, and you don't get not only do you not get an opportunity to talk to the people that are coming to get their books signed that you do here, you can actually have a chat with people and find out what it is they like and what it is they've enjoyed, which is a very useful thing for any writer or artist to learn.
It is a smaller venue and lots of different styles of artists, but very comic focused, which is really cool. And there's not like big celebrities or anything that kind of get in the way of people who are creating.
Hi, I'm Brett Uren, artist and writer and editor of Torso Bear. I came to Demoncon because I've been told it's a fantastic show, and it's proved to be so far. It's like comic focused, which so many of the big shows aren't these days, and it's got a great family atmosphere. Everyone seems like they're pulled together, and it's the small indie community all under one roof.
Demoncon gives people a vehicle to put their stuff out there. When they've got an opportunity like this, and especially in a small con with people that are willing to try stuff, you've really got to get out there and sell it.
And this really does refocus it right on to the people who are making and creating new things. Thinking back in the 60s when comics were starting out to get big and those new superheroes and stuff, and then you had some other huge movie industry looming over that. You need the space for new creative things to be made, and this is definitely the place for people to get that focus on it.
Also, the professionals can talk to each other and sort of swap pieces of information and tips and hints and stuff like that, which is a terrific way of certainly for some of the newer people to learn who they might want to be submitting to, who they need to show work to.
A lot of the smaller cons now that are popping up all over the country, costs to go to them, to have a table aren't as exorbitant as going to MCM or London Super Comic Con. And to make an actual profit for the day, you've really got to turn over some product. Whereas something like this, where it's sort of 20, 30, 40 pound a table, you should be able to turn a good profit regardless. With wanting to do a lot more with Demoncon in the future, we don't want to get any bigger, and I really like the venue. I think the venue makes the con what it is. With the natural light, got a real regular flow. With it just being one long corridor effectively, you kind of get a migration of people following around, almost like with the current.
It has a wonderful family atmosphere. There's a lot of kids, a lot of young people. That's really nice to see. At the big shows you don't tend to get a lot of young kids, so it's really nice to see people getting into comics at an early age.
Love it, love it. It's full of colour, full of life, and so many amazing cosplay costumes.
There's a lot of people out there that are thoroughly deserving of getting their name out there and working on a decent, a big title, but it's getting that foot in the door in the first place.
Come to the next Demoncon.